We'll save that in case we need more joy in our life. We can play more Keanu later.
So has anybody seen the movie Always Be My Maybe on Netflix?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
He plays himself. It's so good.
And nobody knew he was in that. He didn't promote that until it actually came out, which I thought was very cute.
And it's Ali Wong, who's like such a great stand-up comedian, and she wrote it with the gentleman who she's in the movie with, who's another like well-known Asian comedian.
Yes.
And they wanted a famous Asian, and Keanu Reeves was who they wanted. They didn't think he'd do it, but they asked him, and he was like honored that they remembered he was Asian. And he instantly did it because he was like, I'm a famous Asian actor. Yes, I will do it. And he's so good in it. But yeah, he's just got the best personality. He's so awesome.
He has grown on me. Because the more that we have access to him now and you see him and you know that he is just authentically Keanu all the time.
Oh, yeah. That
has made me like him more. Because when it seemed like he was just, we'll call it playing dumb Keanu and wasn't just clever, like kind of thing, like the more I've got, I think it's just funny because he's just him all the time. It's like, and so when you watch him talk about his products and his projects. And I remember some of the people are really watching, but like the way he talks about, he never like overly hugs his female fans. He's just like super like the most.
Before that even ever came out,
right.
He was all about.
Yeah.
Yep. He's not handsy.
Yeah. And so I think it's really just been interesting that his lore, I think part of it is that the world has caught up to Keanu Reeves because Keanu Reeves was doing his version of Respectful before we cared, and he just wasn't. It wasn't popular, and now he's all like, "Yeah, I stop robbers and I hang out with puppies," and I'm like, he just doesn't take himself too seriously, which I think is brilliant because he's somebody that we could just kind of go, "Well, we make fun of you and the way that you talk, and there's so many impersonations out there." If he took himself too seriously, like if Christopher Walken took himself too seriously, it'd be no fun. But the fact that people like Keanu Reeves, Christopher Walken, Jeff Goldblum go full who they are all the time, I think is part of the reason why we love them.
Well, and to have that many internet memes about you, but my brothers and I have had it. There's this movie from 2001 that Keanu Reeves is in called Hardball. Ever since it's come out,
Hardball, I remember.
Oh my gosh, we laugh so hard. He plays a ticket scalper and a gambler, and he ends up having to coach a little league team in inner city Chicago that's corporate sponsored because Fred Jimmy won't let him out of his debts unless he does it. It's a typical thing where these tough inner city kids and he's got to come in and he's like, he's no role model, but this is a game of hardball. Like every time they say hardball, we just scream. Oh my God. I remember my brother always being like, come on over, we're going to watch hardball. We'd just be like, hardball. Oh, it's so good. Every movie he's in is awesome. I like I said, I'm shocked that people now, I like I said, when he was in Youngblood in 1986, we were like, that was the reason.
You're like, he's going to get an Oscar.
It was a legend. Yeah. I guess he's awesome now, but he's been great. Oh, well, God, we loved it when Hardball came out.
If you look at it this way, the fact that he is hitting his stride when he was 54, that's a good run. The fact he's been around this long.
He was so famous when Matrix came out. Wasn't he the most famous?
He was famous then, and he was in, what was the Steve Martin movie, like way back in the day?
Parenthood,
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not in Parenthood, is he?
He's like the boyfriend or something in that. Oh, well. And then he did like some Shakespeare, like he did like one of the Shakespeare, movies, one of the Kenneth Branagh versions of it, and he was like,
yes, he was.
Yeah. He's been in a bunch of just random stuff too. Yes. Yeah. Where you're like, okay.
Oh God, that's great. Okay, well, good job.
We know what to binge watch this weekend. We know what to binge watch.
They're going to make another Bill and Ted's, and I'm thrilled about that.
I'm actually excited because his cohort in there, he's been off doing like these really cool documentaries. So they've both been waiting for them to get back in there. So I think it'll be fun for them to have a little whimsy in their life because he has been making some really good documentaries. But
gosh, you guys, Michael B. Jordan was in Hardball.
Really? Was he one of the little kids?
Yeah, I'm going to have to bring this back out. I got to call my brother.
Oh, no.
Let's watch Hardball.
Family reunion. Are you guys ready for our inaugural?
Yes.
All right. Time for Excuse Me, Sir. So here's what we're going to do, and excuse me, sir. So, Samantha, are you ready for this? So At Samantha's request, Judy and I have gone through our dating profiles, and we've picked some choice dating profiles that we wanted to share some stories with you so that Samantha can giggle at us and then be happy that she is so successfully relationshiped so that you don't have to deal with that. So, Judy, do you want me to start?
Well, I actually took this to Twitter.
Okay. Oh, you had a poll.
And asked some questions. Well, yeah, I have a poll. One of mine was, what's your favorite online dating app?
Yes.
And it came in with Tinder got 13%. Bumble got 25%. OkCupid got 13%. And the winner was I'd Rather Die Single with 50%.
Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
And then what I did for this, and next time I think I'll share from my, you know, my thing is like I am on Bumble, but I don't have enough time to be on that thing. Right. So I never talk to people. It's terrible. But I did do a question that I put out there saying I'm talking about online dating on my next podcast. Let me know if you've got an interesting story for our new segment. Excuse me, sir?
Excuse me, sir.
Sir.
Yes.
And so I do have some good ones.
Okay.
This is my friend Lindsay. I offer this without context. An actual online dating experience. Excuse me, sir? Did you really pack heat on a date to the dog park? I say, excuse me, sir. Is that a gun in your pocket, or are you just glad to see me?
Excuse
sir?
me, sir. Yes.
Okay. Here's another one. This is my friend Jackie. She says her date bought a gun to the country bar because he was scared uptown was too dangerous.
Oh, dear.
Excuse me, sir.
Sir.
Did you come to a date to our fair city of Minneapolis, or did you get deployed to a war zone? I said, good day, sir. Good day.
So, since I have had a little bit more free time, I did go through a few of the profiles, and I am not one of those people that is overly picky about yes, of course, you know, if you're on Tinder or you're on Bumble, you will look at, you know, do I find them physically attracted or not? But I'm more concerned about what they write. And so if you don't write anything at all, I find you lazy and that you're not really engaged in the process. So I have a tendency to just dismiss you at first. But then some people write things that I'm like, are you serious? So this particular person is a gentleman. He's 50 years old. And he says, I engage in anti-aging practices called biohacking.
Oh.
It involves the use of cutting-edge supplements, distilled water, and intermittent fasting. What is interesting about you? Excuse me, sir. You're a vampire. I'm not doing that. And then this other one, I wanted to show you this picture, and I sent you guys this. And we always make jokes about the fact that guys have a tendency to have bathroom selfies. It's usually a picture of them in their own bathroom, and they're taking a picture in the video. And then I have sent this to the two of you because this one gentleman, who happens to be 47, took it clearly in a public restroom. And so I'm like, are you?
And he's wearing a suit.
He's wearing a suit. So the fact, why, you know,
maybe it's his work bathroom.
But if it is, you don't have, at least go get one of your, you know, you must have some friend that would help you take a picture.
Seriously, that is the thing. And I should mention, I don't laugh at online dating in and of itself. And I have a number of friends who have met their significant others that way. And nor do I laugh at you guys on
no, you laugh with us.
The recent article I found says more people are meeting their like partner who they marry
absolutely
online than any other way, I guess.
Yep. I agree with that, though,
That's
because if you're somebody like me, I work a lot. I don't even know. Okay, here's the closest interaction I've had with a real life human that did not get my number. And I will tell you why. So I was walking to an appointment in downtown Robbinsdale. For anybody who's outside of the market here, just so you know, that is a second ring suburb. So it's very close to the city. So it's not a really great neighborhood, but it's also not nearly close to sketchy. So I'm walking to this appointment, and a guy in his truck pulled into the turn lane and started shouting at me out his car. This was Tuesday.
Excuse me, sir.
So he's like, I just love your smile. You're this. And I'm like, excuse me?
Sir.
Exactly. So he actually pulled his car over to continue the interaction and asked me, can I see your smile again? Can I buy you coffee? Can I ask you for your number? And a little piece of me was like, do people still do this?
That
I
has
can't
happened.
even-
That has happened to me where like I'm downtown and they'll like pull right up to me and like try to call me over. And it's been people in really nice cars that
Right.
seem normal, but I'm just like,
Right. It seems that's how I felt. And then I was like, well, am I judging? I just couldn't imagine going, telling our future kids that I don't want to have that, telling him going, this is how I met your father. How he shouted out his car window.
Shouted at me on the street. I
Mom,
walked over to his window.
Handed him a card with my cell phone number on it. And then now, love
Sent him
connection.
to your website.
It was your average street proposition situation.
I told Rick in his SUV that I had a podcast and encouraged him to listen to it. I do that though because my our podcast is listed on our as my job. It says that I have a podcast, so I do feel like you could tell when I get. If we get an uptick on this one or my other podcast, I usually think it's because I've been spending time on Bumble.
I did update my profile.
Oh, okay. Did you put new pictures or did you just update?
I did put a new profile. I changed my what it says.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just felt like
Before you said you were attracting too many people that wanted to hang out in the outdoors, so you needed to disclose
that's
that you
right.
hated
Well,
outdoors.
now
That's
it
right.
says this. In the event of a zombie apocalypse, I'd immediately seek them out and get myself turned and quickly become the leader of the zombie race. I've been low-key preparing for this my whole life. That's all it says.
Right.
And it says if I could have a superpower, I answered the questions. If I could have a superpower, it'd be the power to control subatomic particles. This power would be the best choice since everything in the universe is made of this stuff.
Here's what I think. Like sometimes, here's the kind of things that I stay away from. So if somebody
Solid
is
profile.
like, yeah, but at least you were trying to be clever and you had to write it. If
Yeah.
somebody just seems disappointed in the process, like this guy, here we go again. Am new at this and honestly would rather not be doing this at all.
Nice.
That's the stuff that makes me laugh. And the bathroom pictures.
Yes, where I'm
Excuse
going, if
me,
you hate
sir.
this, sir, then stay off it. What about that?
Oh
And
my
this one,
God.
I think you guys, see if you, okay, this one made me giggle. Simple-minded, responsible guy looking for a good woman that is down to earth, easygoing, responsible, but likes to live life to the fullest. I don't think those words mean what you think they mean.
Quit
Like, if
telling
he
me
said-
about myself.
Sir.
If he said he's simple-minded, I don't think you mean simple-minded. I don't think that's what you mean, sir.
Look at this guy. Like, which
Okay.
one? Excuse me, sir.
So that is one guy riding on the back
Back
of
of a
another
second guy. I don't get that either when they have
This is great. I just moved to the area in June. I'm looking for a guide to help me get used to this new and frightening environment. Get yourself a goddamn golden retriever, sir.
Sir.
I have one more for you, and then we'll save the rest for this one. I think you guys will enjoy this one. I didn't
Look
send
at
this to you
all
ahead of
his
time.
pictures. I cannot.
Okay, you guys
How
ready
about
for
the
this
one? His picture was like him, and then remember I sent it to you, and then it was like a bride sitting on his
Yes.
lap.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Is that your wife, sir?
At least say that. Okay, first of all, I don't normally think that I'm going to give out guys' names because I feel like that's too much. But I'm going to give this one because clearly it's an alias.
Okay.
His name is Ghost Shifter.
Oh.
Now, listen to what he wrote.
Every time somebody doesn't have a name and they do that, I instantly think they're married. And
yeah,
plus,
I
it
think
doesn't show his face.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
there were ones that showed his face.
Okay,
So,
well-
but here's what he wrote. I make a living writing dinosaur erotica and doing photo shoots of straight edge furry folk.
Oh,
It's bizarre how my life has changed. I then had the opportunity to Google
Okay, hold
dinosaur erotica. That was a glorious journey.
what's a straight edge furry folk?
I don't know. I don't know straight edge furry folk, but I do
is it-
now know what dinosaur erotica is.
Widely popular?
It is. Actually, dinosaur erotica is a subgenre, of course, of erotica and science fiction. And so it is there's numerous authors out there that write it where it's a human dinosaur physical interaction.
I'm just-
Non-avian in
I'm-
nature, though.
I'm
It can't be
just
avian
gonna-
dinosaur.
I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to say this.
Excuse me,
you
sir.
Say you were into dinosaur erotica for some weird reason.
Just assume
Why
that.
would you lead with that? Wouldn't that be a thing that maybe after you knew somebody pretty well and you felt comfortable, you may say, So there's this thing I'm into.
This is my job. But I also
into,
think,
you know, like I'm sort of. Okay.
I think you want
But
that
see,
out for
I
front and
agree.
center right away. If
he
that's your
looks
jam.
like a pretty, normal